This one.
Check.
This one.
Check.
This one.
Oh, that's right.
Casey, let's hear it for Casey.
How's it going? Total stage fright. I can't top that dog story. That was a good one, but this is the #1 dog. I'm sitting at home minding my own business at the end of a long day, and I'm taking my boots off, and it's hot, sweaty, like July day, and Faith, I call her Chip, she comes up the stairs like, I got you something. And I look down the stairs, and there's this little dog, and he was like the cutest little dog you ever saw in your life. It's like you could stuff him in a mayonnaise jar, a little cute little pup. Look at him. Where'd you get him? It's like the pound. Well, how much was he? Well, he was free. I went, free's good. So I named him Tonto. Best damn dog in the world. He grew up to be like the best backpacking dog. I would put a backpack on him and a 12-pack of Coors Talls on each side of his backpack. And I would carry his dry food, right? Because dogs don't know any better. They think, we're going for a backpack, and we backpack in this wilderness area for like a couple weeks at a time. And pretty soon he starts lagging behind on the trail one day, and I look back, and he's like banging in trees, and he's not all there. And I go back, and well, what he'd done is he had reached out and bitten a hole in the pack and poked a hole in the can. And as the can was leaking, he's drinking beer. He's hammered. I'm like, dude, you're drunk. He's like, no, I'm not. I'm like, yeah, you are. Come here. Breathe. He's like, oh, dude, you're drinking. Anyway, so we're laying by this. I got snowshoes on. I'm getting to this campsite. I get a big man-made fire going. I get the tent going. He's laying there on the end of my thermarest and just like loving it. And I'm petting him, and it's like midnight. The moon's coming up, and it's beautiful. We're at the Yola-Boli Middle Wilderness area in the middle of California, just the most desolate place you can be in California. It's actually the center of Northern California. And I feel this big tick on him. And like, it's a monster tick. It's a big ass tick. So I get a hold of it, and I get a good grab on it, and I just yard on it. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? I look down with my headlight on. It was his nipple. I ripped his nipple off. I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. I thought it was a fucking tick. He's like, so, no. From then on, it's like, anytime that dog had a tick on him, you could never, come here, no, dude, I'll take Lyme disease, whatever.
Okay.
And yeah, he was the most awesome dog ever. He could get like golf balls off the deep end of a swimming pool. Great dog. So he runs away. I'm dejected. I put like signs on every lamppost for a year. I go down to the dog pound and like look through all the kennels and see if he's there. Tono, where are you, dude? I mean, he's my best buddy, and so I figure he's pretty much gone. And a year later, I do a consultation on a job. God, I hope this isn't going on YouTube. And anyway, this dog comes around the corner. He sticks his nose in my crotch, and I start petting him. I'm talking to the guy, and I look down. I'm like, holy shit, it's Tono. I'm like, is this your dog? And the guy says, yeah, that's my dog. I said, Tono, sit. And he sat down, and I backed up, and I said, how long have you owned this dog? And he said, I've had that dog since he was a puppy. And I said, Tono, lay your head down. He laid his head down. I said, call your fucking dog, dude. He's like, come here, Max, come here. And he's like, no, he ain't moving. I go, load up. Well, Tono runs over to my truck, and he tries to jump in the back of my truck, and it's a brand new, at that time it was like 90.
Show him the nipple, isn't that?
92, yeah, no, it was gone. I know, that's how exactly. It's in the brand new 92 four-wheel drive Tacoma, and he's just scratching the crap. They'd cut his balls off. He was like 20 pounds overweight, so I'm like, I go over there, and I throw his ass in the back of my truck, and he sits down, he's like looking at me. I'm like, I go back to the dude, I'm like, dude, we need to have a serious talk. He's like, I'm out of here. He gets in his rig and he leaves. I'm crying. Tono's like in the back of my truck. What am I gonna do? So gal in the house sees me, and she comes out. She's like, hello, we need to talk to you. Yeah, we need to talk. This is my fucking dog. So I said, so when did Tono show up here? And she said, oh, Max. I go, no, his name's Tono, but whatever, anyway. She said he showed up like 11 months ago, to the day. It was 11 months to the day that dog ran away from me. So And I said, and she said, but before you go off, we have an 11-year-old son who's on a dialysis machine, and he's waiting for a donor. And him and the dog are inseparable. And if he doesn't get a donor, he's gonna die. And now the kid comes around the corner, and he's standing by his mom, and he's just like, "You're not gonna take my dog away, are you, mister?" I'm like, "Oh, fuck, no, of course not. Come here, dude." So I'm like, "So what's wrong with your kidneys?" "Oh, you little shit." He says, "Oh, he's the best dog in the world, and he came here, and we love him and stuff." And so I'm like, "Dude, I gotta think about this." So I'm like, "Tano, out of the truck." He jumps out of the truck. I go home and have a couple beers, maybe 3. I go back and I take like the harness and everything, and I bang on the door, and the old man wouldn't come home. He didn't want anything to do with me, and I have never talked to him since. Anyway, the kid says, "This dog is like the most awesome dog in the world. He can like walk on top of redwood fences and like dive down in swimming pools, and he's just the coolest dog, but he hates cats." And I went, "Yeah, cats, rats, mice, any rodent or cat business." So I showed him all the tricks he could do, and I put the backpack on him, and the kid, I guess, is still riding the thing around. He was just the number, this is the number theme, right? The #1 dog, Tano pup, from shove him in I used to put him in the glove box of my truck and shut the glove box. Just to like screw with him, you know what I mean? I'd open it every once in a while. And he loved it. He'd ride on the hood of my truck. I mean, he was the most awesome dog. But anyway, told the family and stuff about him, and they would cruise by and go visit him. We got visiting rights, of course, and the kid made it. So he got a donor. He got a kidney out of the deal, so he's good. And last time I went by, I honked the horn, and Tano was laying on the front porch, and he went, "Boop, boop, boop," and he barked at me, but he didn't even open his eyes. I ripped my brakes on, and I'm like, get off your dead ass, bark at me, dude." Anyway, that's my #1 dog story. So.
Casey, with the story that you don't want to tell that one to the Humane Society, especially that nipple part, but